All right, bring it in. Do you ever find your photos coming out with these little black dots all over the place, particularly in really bright scenes or if you close down your aperture? That's probably because you have a bunch of dust on your sensor. Mirrorless cameras in particular are notorious for being dust magnets because there's no mechanism to block the sensor when the lens has been removed. These bits of dust can be fairly easily removed using a dust or scratch filter, or simply by clicking on the affected areas with a spot heal brush in Photoshop. This unfortunately only works for still photos and tends to be a pretty big time hog. Thankfully, there's a much easier solution. We carry at-home sensor cleaning kits that come in different sizes of swabs for the size of sensor your camera has, so you can grab one of these and get your sensor nice and clean. If you're a little intimidated by working on the insides of your camera yourself, no worries, bring the camera into us. We'd be happy to do the sensor cleaning for you. Now, step one in cleaning your sensor is by making sure your camera is in cleaning mode, particularly for cameras with in-body image stabilization, as we don't want to have the sensor shifting around on us while we're in there. Next up, just like with cleaning a lens, a good rule of thumb is to invert the camera and blast the sensor with an air blower to remove any larger or looser pieces of dust. Now, depending on if you're dealing with just dust or smudges on the sensor, like fingerprints, there are two separate cleaning solutions that come in these kits. The blue being for dust and for small particulate, and the red being for greasy smudges like fingerprints. You can pick either the red pill or the blue pill. In this particular case, we were only dealing with a dusty sensor. There were no fingerprints or anything, so we opted only for the blue solution, but if in doubt, just use both. And just like that, after a few swipes of the included swabs, the sensor is back to pristine condition. Here's a before and an after. Just a few quick tips before we end the video to keep your sensors nice and clean between cleanings. Keeping a lens or a body cap on the camera at all times will obviously prevent any dust getting into the body. But if you do need to change lenses, be sure you turn the camera completely off. Otherwise, a positively charged sensor will literally vacuum dust particulates out of the air and adhere themselves to the sensor. That about does it for us today. For more info on sensor cleanings and to get your camera cleaned, come on by to any of our 6 stores conveniently located all across the province. Thanks so much. We'll catch you next time. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and enable notifications. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at McBain Camera, and visit us online at www.mcbaincamera.com.